Hello and welcome to the KJD Show. I am your host, KJD. Tonight, the one thing I'm going to talk about constructive criticism. Alright, we all have problems with dealing with it to a certain extent. I know there's been times where I get a little hard headed as well, but I'm trying to talk about why we need to welcome it. Well, I think the most important thing is you have to know how to decipher what is constructive criticism and what is not constructive criticism. Constructive criticism is when somebody's trying to help you out. They're telling you what it is that they think you're doing wrong, why they think you're doing it wrong, because they're trying to help you out. Destructive criticism, on the other hand, is somebody that's just trying to be a negative Nancy. You know, not everybody's going to be positive. Some people aren't trying to help you out. Some people are just trying to criticize just because they may not have anything better to do with themselves. You know, people that constructively criticize, you're doing it because they want to help you out. And the thing about it, in order to get better at whatever it is that you want to be good at in life, you have to welcome it with wide open arms. I've learned this at my daytime job, listening to people. I know some people just got to get stuff off their chest. I mean, even when I referee my games, it's very important that I deal with constructive criticism because there's always going to be film on what you're doing. If you mess up on something, they will show it. It's not for the sake of embarrassing you, though. It's because they want you to improve it as an official. And if you're not receptive to that constructive criticism, nobody's going to want to work with you. I mean, just because somebody's criticizing you constructively does not mean that they have it out for you. The thing about it, though, you have to know how to determine what is constructive criticism and what is not constructive criticism. One thing that I try to ask myself a lot is, okay, does this person have credibility in the field? Okay, now what I'm trying to say is if I know that person's been in that field for a long time, that tells me 9 times out of 10 they know what they're talking about. And if I know that person knows what he or she is talking about, I'm gonna listen to what they gotta say because 9 out of 10 times they probably know what's going on better than you do. Now, if it's somebody that you know hasn't been around the situation before, they have no certifications, no credibility whatsoever. Well, you gotta just let it be like water off of a duck's back. Don't let it get to you. 9 times out of 10, they're just trying to throw an opinion out there just so they can hear, just so they can be heard. Well, that's wraps up another episode of the KJD Show. I'll holler at y'all later.